What's good, guys? It's me, Becca Lynn, and today I'm going to be discussing some of my opinions on ways that you can be a little more stylish. So let's get right on into the video. So we're back in the couch because today we're gonna be talking. So I've seen a couple videos like this and I really enjoy hearing people's opinions as to what they think make people more fashionable. So I thought I'd give a couple of my own. Disclaimer, nothing I'm saying you have to do. Again, these are all just my opinions. As long as you believe you are stylish, then you are stylish. That is literally all that matters. Fashion is subjective. There's no right or wrong way to do things. I have no order. These are just what came to me. So first on my list is not at all clothing related. It is doing your hair. I think doing your hair in a fun hairstyle, doing it up, putting a headband on, getting a funky haircut, dyeing your hair with some color or just like bleach or whatever is so fun, and I think it could change up a look so much. I personally don't always follow this rule. The times that I do something fun with my hair, I'm like, wow, this really made the look. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You could even just put your hair up in a ponytail or whatever. I'm just someone who always leaves their hair down just because I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. I love when people like slick their hair back and put the barrettes here and have like little pieces dangling down and like have their hair spiked out in some way. Like, I think that is so fun. That's so punky and edgy. But if you were to like put two little braids and then you like wear a bandana up here, that's sick. Having colored hair is something that's so fun and cool. Still doing something with it, but it's just like adds a little bit of an extra twist, a little extra flair. And I had the bleach streak here. It was so sick. I loved it so much. The only thing is that because it was bleached, I couldn't like change it, and I always felt like every one of my outfits felt a little more edgy. I never felt super girly and cute. That was the only thing with like dyeing your hair is you can't change that easily like a hairstyle. But yeah, so that's why I like hairstyles, because you can change them up super easy and make them fit the outfit. Next on my list to go along kind of with hair, accessories, and hairstyles, hats. Hats do so much. I heard someone else say this in one of their videos. She's like, it's literally the cherry on top. Like, quite literally the cherry on top of your outfit. I was like, you're right. You are so right. That's so funny. Any kind of hat. Even the difference between like a baseball hat and a trucker hat like can make such a big difference. I'm just someone who loves hats. I've always loved hats. It just does. Also, in the summer, blocks out the sun from your face. So we're lessening wrinkles at the same time. So we got two pros there. So hats. Next, to kind of go along with different hairstyles, fun different makeup. I'm not someone who like deviates much from what I do. I pretty much always have my wing on, a couple freckles here and there, my lipstick. I love it. But sometimes you just gotta change it up to give a slightly different vibe. Anytime I do a photo shoot, I will definitely change up my makeup depending on what the vibe is. Like, people with the fun eyeliner, I mean, it doesn't even have to be crazy. It just, again, really does a lot. It really does. I mean, think about it. Like, when I go to the store and I'm like, I didn't feel like putting on makeup today, I might hate the outfit, you know, because I'm like, I don't have any makeup on. And that doesn't mean that I have to have makeup on. I'm just saying that makeup can change the way you feel about an outfit. So like, I could buy something and then bring it home and then I'll put the makeup on and I'm like, wait a minute, this looks so good. What changed? Makeup. I hope that made sense. It made sense in my head. I hope that made sense for you guys. Just trying to explain my thought process, which isn't always linear, so I apologize for that. Next, we got personalized pieces or DIY elements. That is like what I'm referring to as like some of those patches that I made, adding like little pins or like adding chains to a jacket, like cutting things up, adding little bows, you know, just like little tiny details that make your piece that maybe everyone has a little more unique. It's fun. It makes it your own. Quite literally, no one else has it. You personalized it yourself. Like, that's why I love when people make their own clothes. That is something that I want to work towards. No one's ever gonna have that. No one's gonna have that. It's only yours. I mean, I think this is more of an alternative thing, but just honestly, I mean, adding bows, you can make it a little more coquette that way, you know? It doesn't need to be edgy. I like edgy though, so it works for me. But like adding pins and patches to things, it doesn't even change it up. It just like amplifies the feeling that you want to give from the piece. I mean, even like when people are like painting on the back of leather jackets or jean jackets or flannels, like that's so fun. When people like make designs on their shirt using safety pins, That's so sick. I have this picture right here. They sewed on a little spider web to their collar of their jacket. It's so subtle, but everyone's really like, where did you get that? And then you're like, I did it myself. It's so cool. It's so cool. This person just added a bunch of safety pins and added a bunch of different like cross charms to it. Oh yeah, see, someone even put ribbon as their laces on their shoe. Like even something that simple, I think is so cool. But yeah, so DIY elements for sure. For sure. Then we got mixing aesthetics. Now we know I am not new to this. I have done this a couple times. I have a couple videos where I mainly mix darker aesthetics with aesthetics that aren't usually with it. So I did the dark Western aesthetic, and I also did a dark ballerina aesthetic, which I thought was so fun, mixing the frilly with the dark edginess. When you have like two completely different aesthetics and they just like work, it's just so interesting. It's like, what is your story? Just like the juxtaposition of it. It makes both of them pop out, but then also they work together, and it's just fun. This one is so basic. Everyone should know this one. Layering pieces. Probably one of my favorite things is wearing a collared shirt under things. That is my favorite. That's why I have so many different kinds. I have literally like maybe 6 or 7 white button-up shirts because they all have different colors. They're all slightly a different color, different textures. Putting it under a sweater, putting it under a crew neck, sick. Putting a tank top over it, are you kidding? I eat it up. It's so good. Literally adding this sweater on over this tank top. I just recently got into cardigans. I used to hate cardigans. Like I would just like wear pullover sweaters and then I'm like, well, this is it. But now I have 2 different things you're looking at here. You can even like put that into like people wearing skirts and dresses over pants. That's a form of layering. I mean, things like that. That's like you're bold. Like, you know, you're just being bold, which is great. Okay, here we go. If you're returning, I just want to apologize because this is the one thing that I probably say in every single one of my videos. And I was just like, I was making my list and I was like, why did I not even think of that? Belts. Belts do so much. I'd even say a plain belt. I don't love plain belts, but it like breaks up your outfit a little bit. Oh my god, I could literally talk forever about belts. That's probably the one thing that I own the most of. I feel like I have more belts than I have jewelry. I swear to god, I have more belts than I have shoes. I have more belts than I have literally anything. And if you need proof, I will get my bag of belts. This whole thing is filled with belts. We got a checkered belt. We got a flame belt. We got a studded belt. We got a corset belt. We got a white belt with like these little silver details. We just got a silver belt. We got a gold chain belt. We got a grommet belt. We got a red belt with these weird silver things on it that are really loud and annoying. We have a star belt. Like, oh my god. I don't even know how many I have in here. I really don't. Bullet belt. Another grommet belt, but it's different. It gives off a different vibe than this grommet belt. I will never stop buying belts. Side note, does anyone know a good way to store their belts? Because I feel like this bag, first of all, is overflowing. I also can't see them all. Anyone has any good recommendations as to how I can display or just set them up so that it's not all tangled up in there? That would be great if you could leave that in the comments down below. I feel like I don't need to say much on a belt. I've talked about it too many times to even count. But I probably still have more belts than how many times I've talked about belts. I've only realized somewhat recently how important shoes are to an outfit. And I feel like that might be silly, but like I used to always wear my Converse or my Vans or my regular Doc Martens, and I'm not saying none of those are fashionable, but some of those have certain outfits that they go with. It's good to have a good old trusty pair of sneakers, but if you change it up, you could do so much. I have how many pairs of black boots? 1, 2, 3, 4, around 7, and I would buy more because they are all completely different and they give completely different vibes. The length on your leg, the heel, the chunkiness of the heel if it's thin or a fat one. If it's a platform, it can change the look up so much. I think that's what I'm gonna say for like literally everything. It changes up the look, but it does. It gives everything a different vibe. Okay, another thing that is probably the second most thing that I have talked about mostly on this channel, which would be jewelry. Jewelry, stacking, layering of jewelry, rings, everything. I am a maximalist, so the more the better for me. I love chunky things. These aren't even that chunky. I got the thick bracelets on. I got these huge hoops, layers on layers of necklaces. Even silver, gold, completely different vibes. I have so many pieces of jewelry and I still feel like I don't have enough because I still feel like every time I put on it, well, because I'm also putting on like 7 necklaces when I get dressed. So maybe that's why, because I like wear them all at once. Every time I go to the thrift store, always in the jewelry section. I want to layer so many bracelets on my arm. I just like haven't found the right ones. Obviously the necklaces, easy. Rings on every finger is my favorite thing in the world. I need more piercings. I only have the 2 and then I have the 1 cartilage up here. I need more piercings because I need to hang more earrings off of my ears because I do. Even facial piercings. Lengths of necklaces give different vibes. That's why I like to have a whole range. I used to go to the store and I would only like try to find like chokers and stuff like that. Like I've only recently been going for longer necklaces, but I'm like, wow, this really adds to it. I think one of my favorite other than rings would be fun earrings because that's something everyone's always gonna look at. It's literally right next to your face. So everyone's gonna be looking at that. So changing up your earrings I think is very, very important. Mixing textures and patterns. I used to not really be into different patterns other than like a plaid. I got this zebra cardigan from the thrift store. And do you see this texture? This is like fuzzy. I think this gives a rock star vibe. Someone else could use it and think it gives more of a girly coquette vibe. I don't know if they would think it's a good. This is the only way that I can see the sweater, which doesn't, it's fine for me because I love the rockstar aesthetic. Just mixing patterns. Like I have worn this with my camo pants. I'm wearing just regular green pants today, but wearing this, I mean, this is a completely different vibe. Like cargo pants, that's not the topic I'm on right now. Again, not linear thoughts going on in this brain. It's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. I wore this sweater, this zebra print sweater with my camo pants, and I was like, that's it. I love cheetah print and plaid. Obsessed. I was just gonna say I feel like plaid's a neutral, but I also feel like cheetah's a neutral. I feel like it depends on the colors. The colors is the hard part, I think, is making sure the colors go together. So that's why if you have like a black and white pattern and it went with my green cargo pants that were all green but like different variations of green, it wasn't anything too crazy. I think that's the part where people get afraid to mix patterns is because of the colors. It's not so much of the pattern specifically, it's just like the colors throw it off. So you just kind of have to be precise in what you want. Like a cheetah's a good, like it's a neutral because it's just browns, you know? So if you wear that with like a fun plaid that's like a bunch of different colors, I think it like works it out because like the cheetah's a neutral. I feel like this is somewhat of a neutral, but like the cheetah's all browns. This is black and white, very contrasty. So if I were to wear then maybe plaid pants, but they'd all have to be like red, but it would just be like different variations of red in it. Like how I said my camo pants, it's camo, but it's variations of green. I wouldn't wear this with my purple camo pants because those are white, black, and purple. And that would be too much. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope that's helping. This is definitely the one where you need to like really use your brain. This is one that I don't do too much of and I need to get into. Wearing pieces different than how they're supposed to be worn. And just the example that like had come to my head, when people were wearing neckties as scarves, or if you were to wear it as a belt, or if you were to wear it as a headband. I think it shows that the creativity is flowing. It's there. I've seen so many things on TikTok doing it with like button-up shirts, and there's like, you can style one plain button-up shirt in like 10 different ways, and it looks like completely different tops. That's so fun. I mean, I've even seen people style them as a skirt. Like, where did you get that? That is so smart. That is the thing I need to work on. I am a creative person, but working a piece of clothing in one way that I've seen it always styled and then changing it up, a little tricky for me. I mean, when people they would pull up their skirts, and then now it's a dress. That's awesome. When people wear bandanas as tops, cute. You could tell you're creative. You could tell you just like know. Something I need to work on for sure. Patterned socks or tights. Now, I thought about this originally and I was just like, I used to be one of those people that had some fun socks in school. I mean, I went to a school that required a uniform, so that was like the only way I could really express myself. So I was just like had those like fun crazy socks. But then, you know, I graduated and I like just worked my way into just some plain black and white socks. I mean, I just got some white ones on right now. I mean, it's just because like no one's really seeing them. But like if you were to wear a cropped pant with some loafers, and that's when you wear those frilly socks, I'm gonna use all of these with the loafers because I love loafers, and a good patterned soccer tight I think it just does so much. If you're wearing a little skirt, you got your loafers on and you wear like a red sock, maybe a red lacy sock. Eating, like, oh. Same with the tights. I mean, I have those red lacy tights. Super fun. I have the striped tights. I have crisscrossy tights. You know, you got the fishnets tights. There's so many different styles with the different colors. So much fun. They add so much visual interest to somewhere. Like if you want to wear a plain black skirt, that's cute, but I want to have a little bit more of a visual interest down on my legs, so I'm gonna add a fun pattern tight. Even with boots, like having your socks poke out the top, it is so subtle, but I think it could do a lot. The last thing I have on my list is something that is really just geared towards right now, winter: coats. I know coats are expensive. That's why I get literally all of my coats from the thrift store. Like all of my coats are from the thrift store pretty much. During this time of the year, we all gotta wear coats. When I was younger, I only had one coat. I mean, obviously my mom's money, so like obviously I wasn't gonna go out. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it. But once I started going to the thrift store and finding all these coats, I was like, damn, there's a coat for every aesthetic. You add to the outfit. You just keep layering it on. It's going back to the layering. Like adding that top layer with the coat that goes along with the outfit. If you've seen some of my outfit videos and I do like my winter outfits, sometimes I can't add a coat because I don't have a coat that goes with the outfit. But I always try to add a coat to show that you can continue the style even if you're outside and you're gonna be cold. Again, I know that's definitely like a bigger expense, like coats, like I said, a little more on the expensive side. But again, can do a lot. Shh, I didn't say that. I didn't even say that. I didn't even say that. What do we got? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13. All right, so we'll add 2 more to make this a good, I was gonna say even 15. 15's not even, but a satisfying number, a satisfying amount. These last 2 are ones that literally anyone can do. They do not cost any money. Just the mentality of being confident in what you're wearing. Like, people are gonna feel it. They're gonna know. And they're gonna be like, oh, wow, like, she thinks she looks good. She does, actually. Like, the confidence you have when you're wearing a skirt over a pair of jeans, I wish I had that. That's something I need to work on, okay? But there's sometimes where everyone will be like, what is that? And I'll be like, I don't know, but I think it looks great. And then I'll be walking around and then I'll get, like, comments on my outfit and be like, that's so cool. Thank you. Yes, so confidence is something that will 110% make you more stylish. And the last thing, again, doesn't cost you anything, is to just have fun. Have fun when putting on your clothes. Fashion is literally about having fun and trying out different things and being creative, which is something anyone can do. So just make sure that it's just a good time. So I'm just gonna end it off on a good note and just make sure you're having fun. Make sure you're having fun with whatever you're putting on for any event. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you could, let me know down below, like leaving a comment, and while you are down there, if you could like and subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. I also have links to my social medias down there. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and just remember to stay confident and enjoy fashion because it's fun. All right, well, I guess I will see you guys next time. Bye.